The release of World of Warcraft Classic has brought back an iconic questline littered with Easter eggs and references to the Legend of Zelda series. It was removed from Modern WoW during the Cataclysm expansion and is no longer accessible unless you're playing the classic version of the game. The quest chain is available for both factions and requires you to be level 47 to start, but it's worth noting that you'll need to be a higher level or get help to defeat a level 56 elite during the final quest. Our journey starts at a wrecked raft in southeastern Ungaro crater, as seen on the map here. I'll provide coordinates for all relevant locations of this questline in the description down below for anyone who's using a map add-on like Cartographer. Right-click on the raft and you'll be introduced to the first quest. It's a secret to everybody. After accepting the quest, you'll need to find a bag which is located in the water right next to the raft. Opening the bag, you'll find a large compass, a faded photograph, a key, throwing daggers, and curled map parchment. All of these objects reference different items in the Legend of Zelda series, with the faded photograph showing a gnomish couple likely meant to represent Link and Princess Zelda. From here, you'll want to take these items north to Marshall's Refuge, where you'll find an NPC named Lincoln inside of a hollowed out tree trunk. He's the gnome from the photograph and clearly resembles Link's usual outfit. The items you bring to Lincoln are slightly familiar to him, but he's suffering from amnesia and is unsure why he ended up here. Having his items returned does jog his memory slightly, and he states that he's supposed to be strengthening his sword, but he's unsure why. He does know of a female dwarf much farther to the north who can help complete this task. He'll give you another quest in which you must take his training sword to Donova Snowden in Winterspring. She can be found in western Winterspring by a hot spring. After turning in the quest, she will take the sword down to the hot spring and temper it. Once this is completed, she'll give you a new quest, the Vidaray Elixir. She learns of Lincoln's memory loss and returns to you the sword. The upgrades are incomplete, but she knows of someone who can help finish it. For this part of the quest chain, you'll need to head to Northern Fairless and speak to a dwarf named Gregan Brewspewer to obtain the Vidaray Elixir. Gregan can be found at a camp near the Twin Colossals, and you'll need to buy a piece of bait off him for 20 silver. From here, you'll want to head further north and just to the left of the main path. There's a gnoll by the name of Miblon Snarltooth guarding some Evo root, which you will need to complete the elixir. His name, Miblon, is an anagram of the Moblin enemies in the Legend of Zelda series. For this part of the quest, you'll need to place bait to distract him, which will open up the door behind him and allow you to obtain the Evo root. This part of the quest references the original Legend of Zelda, where you place bait to get past Goraya. You'll take the Evo root back to Gregan, who will use it to create the Vidaray Elixir. From here, you'll need to head back to Donova Snowden to complete the quest. She will offer you a new quest, Meet at the Grave, which instructs you to take the elixir and Lincoln's sword to the graveyard just outside Gadgetzan in Tanaris. Donova mentions it will turn you into your other form, which is necessary to speak to a man named Garion. After using the elixir in the graveyard, it will instantly kill you and turn you to spirit form. From here, you'll head to the mountains slightly north and speak with Garion. He instructs you to return to the graveyard where you can resurrect and look for a specific gravestone containing secrets that will help you progress on your journey. Upon clicking the gravestone, you realize Lincoln's sword fits perfectly inside it. A green light will appear, and you'll discover that Lincoln's sword has been transformed. You'll now need to take Lincoln's superior sword back to Lincoln in Ungaro Crater. Once Lincoln has his sword returned, he'll offer you the quest, A Gnome's Assistance, where he states that a gnome named JD was very kind to him when he first arrived at the camp. She can be found in the cave just to the north, which contains tons of glowing gemstones. After speaking to her, she finishes testing a new combination of crystals, and then gives you the quest, Lincoln's Memory. She mentions that Lincoln had been talking about creating some sort of totem and needed to talk to someone named Aridin Bluewind in Felwood. Once accepting the quest, you'll head to Southern Felwood, where Aridin can be found inside a building at the Emerald Sanctuary. Aridin is unfamiliar with Lincoln, but knows what he was searching for. In the center of Ungaro lies an evil elemental called Blaze Runner, who is protected by an aura which must be dispelled in order to defeat him. She will ask you to collect 11 silvery claws and 1 iron tree heart from the creatures in Felwood. The 11 silvery claws can be found on the wolves and bears all around the Emerald Sanctuary, and the iron tree heart can be looted off the iron tree stompers and wanderers in the iron tree woods to the north. After obtaining the items, you'll head back to Eredin Bluewind and she will give you the quest Aquamentus. This is a reference to the green dragon Aquamentus who first appears in Zelda 1. Her quest text mentions the eastmost peninsula is the secret, which is another reference to dialogue from the old man in the original Legend of Zelda. The eastmost peninsula she is speaking of is the Lost Rigger Cove located in Tanaris. Once you arrive at the peninsula, you'll need to find a circle of stones along the mountain line, and when you're here, you need to read from the Book of Aquor, which will summon Aquamentus, a level 54 water elemental, and also turn the other items you collected into a totem which can be used to defeat Blaze Runner. You aren't actually required to kill Aquamentus to get the totem, and in fact he actually killed me before I was even able to get my pet to get aggro, but if you want to make it easier, it definitely helps to have a higher level friend with you. With the totem in your inventory, you can head back to JD Kali in the cave in Ungaro Crater. She will give you the quest, Lincoln's Adventure, and ask you to head back to Lincoln. Lincoln will give you the final piece of the quest chain, It's Dangerous to Go Alone, another quote from the old man in the first Legend of Zelda. He tells you that Blaze Runner is protecting an artifact called the Golden Flame. It contains a vast amount of power and is dangerous in the hands of one with an evil heart. This part of the quest is truly dangerous to go alone. As I've mentioned earlier, Blaze Runner is a level 56 elite with a knockback ability, and the area where he's located, Fireplume Ridge, is also covered in mid-50s fire elementals, which makes the task extra treacherous. Luckily, just as I had arrived, a level 60 priest and 57 druid appeared, and they were finishing the exact same part of the quest. As an important side note, make sure that one of your party members equips the totem before engaging in combat with Blaze Runner. It's going to have a slight cooldown after you equip it, and using this item is the very first thing you'll want to do to start the fight. Using the silver totem of Aquamentus to help defeat Blaze Runner is a reference to using the silver arrows to defeat Ganon in the first Legend of Zelda and A Link to the Past. After Blaze Runner dies, you can safely head to the back of his cave and open up the chest he was guarding. Inside the chest, you'll find the Golden Flame, which is in a triangular shape similar to a piece of the Triforce. To complete the quest, head back to Lincoln and he will offer you a choice between Lincoln's Sword of Mastery, an obvious reference to the Master Sword, or the Spirit of Aquamentus, which is a pre-best in slot item for a lot of caster classes. And in addition to this, you'll receive Lincoln's Boomerang, which is a great PvP trinket.
Very good.
And that wraps up the Legend of Zelda questline in World of Warcraft Classic.
Hail to the night.
You can still find Lincoln in the modern version of WoW, where he's been moved to Mount Hyjal and references a popular line from his animated TV show,
"Excuse me, princess."
as well as an infamous line from the Legend of Zelda CDI games.
Oh boy, I'm so hungry I could eat an Octorok.
He's also seen in Northern Stranglethorn Vale as a part of the Great Nomergon Run micro-holiday. The Nintendo references at Marshall's Refuge don't end there though. In the encampment you'll also spot NPCs Muijin and Larion, whose names and appearance bear a striking resemblance to the Mario Brothers. Muijin is an Alliance NPC and offers you a quest to retrieve 15 blood petals from the walking vine creatures seen all over Ungaro Crater. However, this quest is really tedious to complete and I don't recommend it. Larion is a Horde NPC and offers a similar quest for Horde players. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If I missed any Easter eggs or references in the questline, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like, hit the sub button, and I'll catch you all in the next one.